Hello everybody, Dave here for the next instalment of Dave Gets Wood. And we're on to the second set of legs where we're going to be trying to get bit of scrap varnish and a flake of it. Yeah, we're going to try and get coats 5 and 6 onto this second set of legs. The other two have already had their 5 and 6. It looks like we're going to need to go potentially up to 8, maybe more. We'll see how I feel about it. I think we're definitely going to get at 8 anyway. But it's one of those things is my eyes get a little more tired, and sometimes what I find is good to do. Same as if you move your, let's say for example you move your living room around, you don't know if you like it or not, walk out, close the door, stay out there for a few minutes, go and do something, and then just come and walk into your living room, and you'll know instantly. You'll be like, oh, I don't like that, or I like that. It's a very handy technique. And I can use a similar technique I can use a similar technique with how my wood is looking by leaving it for a while and ignoring it for a while and then coming through and having a first reaction look at it. It tends to help with a gut feeling, because at the end of the day, what is a gut reaction? It's an instant feeling, not something that you're thinking about. So leave it for a while, go out, and then when you come through, see what your instant reaction is. If my instant reaction is I need a bit more, then I know I need to do more. And if my instant reaction is actually they look really good as they are, then I know I'm done. What I need to do is make sure that I remember how many total coats. I've got some flicks to do there. How many total coats will have been applied to the legs, because it should be the same for the rest of the wood, which does mean it could get a bit time consuming, but it is what it is. As they say, quality. Sometimes quality takes time. In a way, it's kind of hard to describe the difference of the appearance of wood when these coats have been going on. It was similar with those where there's just something different about them, which is what gives me that feeling that, something not changed. Well, I suppose it has changed, but they look different, and it's a good and different. Like I say, we'll see what it's like once they've had a real good drying. These are the first halves of coat 5. almost done. So we've got the other sides of both of these to do with coat 5. I'm mentioning this stuff to me because on the last video I couldn't remember exactly what I'd done, which is ridiculous when you think about it, because I've done it right in front of me, but I wasn't thinking about what I was doing. So at minimum I need to be telling myself, for example, okay, this is the first half of coat number 5 completed, which tells me that what's next is the second half of coat number 5. I'm getting old, forgetting shit. Oh. Okay, now I am risking going a little too quick here. I'm gonna try those. We'll see how we get on. If I end up with some odd markings on my legs, then I know what's wrong. I'm going too fast. I've applied way too much there as well. I'm going to have a bit of excess to come off. But I will be able to use what's left on the sponge for the next side. Way too much on there. Okay, so this is the second half of the first leg of coat number 5. I can imagine it's not very exciting watching me sort of varnish wood in the same way again and again and again and again. But, excuse me, at least I'm giving a fair and accurate representation of just how much time and effort and reapplication, how many times you need to apply when doing these things, because with so many videos, especially on YouTube nowadays, people make it look like it's all dead quick, and it's not. And the way a lot of the world lives at the moment. Okay, so that's the end of coat number 5 on leg 1. So now we start the second half of coat 5 on leg 2. Yeah, a lot of the world nowadays is in such a rush. They want things now. You can't always have things now. Some things take time. Tickly throat. It's looking nice. Oh, so what? The reflection's looking very nice and clear in there now. Okay, so this is the last part of coat number 5. And what I'll do is, because I have gone through these pretty quick, I am going to give these a few minutes to just dry up, and before we go for applying coat number 6. We definitely have got through this a lot quicker than I was expecting or intending. with that. Right, yeah, so we'll take a break for a few minutes, and when we come back we'll be on to code number 6 on the second pair of legs. Right then, let's carry on with this application. So we're now starting code number 6, which means that I've actually exceeded today's goal of getting code number 6 applied to the first pair of legs. Already done that, and we're making a start on the second pair of legs. So we're ahead of target for today, which is a positive. I'm not really intending on doing much more after these 2 legs on this, because I don't want to overdo myself. And I do want to let these dry plenty. Okay, so I need to keep reminding myself of just where I'm up to on these applications. So this is the first half of code number 6. To be fair, the reflection, maybe that's what it is that I was on about earlier, that is just sort of has added to that difference of appearance, the clarity of the reflection has, I mean that's not bad at the moment, but yeah, on applying the 6th coat, the clarity of the reflection seems to be improved, as well as an improved depth of colour. But then again, maybe that's where the depth of colour comes from. It's from the reflection. If Neil deGrasse Tyson was here, we'd say it's exactly from the reflection, because without reflection of light you don't get to see anything. True. Okay, so that is almost on to the final part of the first half of code number 6. So when we go on back to that one, is the first half of the, well, it's the second half of code number 6. I think I know what I mean. So that is the end of the first half of code number 6. Now we can move on to the second half of code number 6. But it's the first part of the second half, because that's the second part of the second half. Okay. there's the last bit of 6 on this one. Okay, so that's 6 done on that one, and now we're on to the final half of 6 on this one. That's a bit much. That should be plenty still within the sponge to do the next side, which will be the last side of part number 6, or coat number 6. Okay, so there we are, that's 6 coats on all of the legs. Good progress today, we're ahead of schedule. And I'm very happy with how these are starting to look at. It's still difficult for me to tell how it's looking on the camera because of the light and the angle and everything, but from where I'm sitting, they are looking, I'm not salivary spitting all over them, they are looking much better. There's a much better depth of colour. The golden colour is it's got a long way from what looked like piss some coats ago, and they are really starting to take a bit more of a depth of colour. So like I'm looking at these here, and they are looking very nice actually. But I do still think, another 2 coats, and I think we might be there. But also, when they've had the clear coats on, that's potentially going to change how they look again. But yeah, so very pleased with today's progress. I can now take a break, and if I need to go and have a nap, I can have a nap in peace, knowing I've done more than I was expecting to today. Right, I'm going to bring this video to an end. I suppose I'd just say, remember, set yourself achievable targets. It helps with the positivity. So yeah, right. Have a good one. We'll see you in a bit.